Here we are in lesson 2.3 D. Sorry, I had to look that up on our game plan there. So this is an activity that we're going to do together in class. If you don't finish it, that's okay. You can take it and work on it. You can work with the people at your table to do the first part. And then the second part, you need to work on your own. So your worksheet looks like this. And so you have two tables. You have a table for observations on the left and a table for inferences on the right. And you're going to have some cards and you're going to have a picture to look at. And you need to decide if the statements on the cards are inferences or observations. And so you can see that some of them have already been filled in for you. And so let's look at what it's going to look like. So here are the Flintstones, and this is the picture that you're going to be looking at when you're looking at the statements. If you don't know already, my first name is Pebble, not Pebbles. And so the fascination of the Flintstones, that's where it comes from. There is a short video on Edpuzzle if you want to watch it called The History of the Flintstones. You don't have to watch it, it's just for fun. Some of the vocabulary that we're going to be reviewing, of course, is going to be observations and inferences. And you need to know who the Flintstones are. And so you have Fred and Wilma Flintstone and their daughter Pebbles. You have a purple dinosaur named Dino. Their neighbors are named Barney and Betty Rubble, and their son's name is Bam Bam. And they actually have a cat, a saber-toothed cat. And so we have Pebbles, Fred and Wilma, Barney, Betty, Bam Bam, and Dino. And so on your table, you're going to have a set of cards that you're going to pick up, and they're going to look like this. And you're going to fish through them, and you're going to find the two cards that say observations and inferences. And so on your desk, you're going to put observations on the left and inferences on the right. And you're going to go through your stack of cards. They're going to look like this. And so I'm going to read the first card. The first card says, Barney has on a different outfit than Fred. And so if I look at the picture, and you'll have a copy of the picture in the bag to look at. So, not that one, sorry, this one. So if I look at Barney and I look at Fred, I can notice that they have on two different outfits. And so this would be an observation. So I would put this card, on the left. So you're going to go through your cards and you're going to be putting them on the left and the right. And you're going to space them out so you can read all of them as you go. And when you get all your cards done, you're going to count how many of each you have. So you're going to count up how many observation cards you have, and you're going to count up how many inference cards you have. And then you're going to put that information here on the top of your table. So how many observation cards do you have, and how many inference cards you have? And then you can go formative and check the number of cards you have. And if you got it wrong, you might go back to the drawing table, back to your table, and talk to the people next to you, look at them, see if any of them are kind of in the middle. There's a couple of them that always give me a little trouble. And so you keep doing that until you get the right number of cards. And then when you get the right number of cards, what you're going to do is you're going to put your cards in numerical order. So here's an example of what your desk would look like with observations on the left, inferences on the right, and the card that'll be in your bag with the picture on it. It'll be color, of course. And so you're going to separate them in two stacks. So this is an example of what it might look like. I'm going to lay the first card I read down that was an observation over on the left. You check your numbers in the formative. And once you have the right number, you write that down at the top of the tables. And then you're going to record your choices on the worksheet. And so the first thing you need to do is you're going to take all the observation cards and put them in order. If you're working with someone, you might start and grab all the cards that are from 1 to 10 and put those in order and lay them down. And the person next to you working with you could be doing 11 through 20. And then when they get in that order, they lay them down next to yours. And then when you get done with yours, you could do 21 to 30 and keep on. There's no pattern to the numbers. There's no patterns to the color of the cards. And so don't try to look for meaning there because there's not any. And so once you get them all in order, you're going to write down on your worksheet the cards in order. So it would be 1, you know that there's going to be a number between 1 and 6 here, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards that are going to fit between 6 and 31, and so you write down all your numbers of cards in order. Then you're going to want to flip your cards over. So here's my card number 1, and if I flip it over, it has a B on it. And so I'm going to record that B back on my table. So I'm going to flip my cards over one by one and record it in my table. So you can see here that some of them have been done for you. So once you've got that all done, you're done with your data sheet and you're done with this activity. Don't hesitate to ask for help. That's what I'm here for. You can work on this part together with a partner. The next part is the aspire to part of this activity, in which you're going to take the letters and numbers and try to figure out a secret message. But for this activity, Flintstone card worksheets, all you have to do is write down the numbers and the letters, and then you're done.